What's up, everyone? Welcome to this day in Philly Sports History for March 9th, 2025. I'm your host, Jim Montgomery. Welcome to a Sunday edition of the podcast. Still trying to figure out the best place to record, so I do apologize for the sound issues. But as we always do, let's start with some housekeeping. Be sure to follow me on social media, Jimbo_Mott on Twitter and TikTok. On Instagram, at PhillyJimbo. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, Jimbo_Mott, and continue to spread the word as we grow this thing. Be sure to check out my friends over at the onpattison.com website. Lots of great Philly sports coverage. The newsletter delivered right to your inbox. We're featured in there a couple times a week, so go support them. And the Philadelphia Sports Hall of Fame ballot is out. The media members, everybody is in the process of voting. You can get your voice heard and win 2 free VIP tickets to the ceremony. Just go to the link in the description, fill out your ballot. If it most closely resembles what the actual induction class is, you'll win those 2 VIP tickets to the ceremony in November at Live Casino. All right, I guess let's start with the Phils. I got to say, the spring training is fun. It was a very laid-back atmosphere. Everybody was nice. It was a packed house. Most of the – I don't know if that's going to be the starting lineup or what, but most of the regulars played, and they played well into the 6th inning. I guess the biggest takeaway for me was the lineup. Schwarber was still hitting leadoff. Trey Turner was hitting second. I don't know if that is going to be the same for the regular season or not, but some of the guys we were sitting around, we were talking, and it's kind of one of those things. If Schwarber's comfortable there, yes, it's be nice to hit some of those bombs with people on base, but, I mean, it is nice to get a 1-0 lead, and then all of a sudden – like it kind of sets the tone for the game, and they have a pretty good record when he does lead off with a homer. So we'll see, but I based on what his spring has been, I don't know if Trey is the answer at leadoff. I finally got a hit. We gave him a little mini standing ovation, so don't know what's going to come from there. Alec Bohm continues to impress. He hit 1 homer, almost hit 2. We couldn't figure out whether it was a fan interference or it actually hit the line, but he looked well. And I will give props to Taijuan Walker. He did look sharp, did give up a home run and then a hard hit before he was pulled, but he looked like he was more in command of everything and had things going on good early. So I don't know what that is going to be. But the kids had fun. It was a great experience. A little bit warmer than what we expected, but that's okay, especially when it was 30 degrees when we left Philly. So we will take it. But that does lead to today's question of the day. Will Taijuan Walker make this team? He's had a good spring so far. I don't think he'll crack the starting 5, but would he be willing to make the team as sort of a long reliever or something like that? 267-495-8531. That's the Back to the Future voice and text line. But will Taijuan Walker make this team, or do you think one of the things we were kind of talking about in the stands where maybe he gets enough of this good stuff on tape and a team like Miami or somebody who needs to bring on salary will take him or even want him? But do you think he plays for the Phillies this year? Taijuan Walker, I think if he's willing to sort of take that role and not be a starter or maybe be the 6th guy sometimes, I think he could make the team. He didn't look bad. As much as we ripped him for last year, I don't think he looked bad at all yesterday or this spring. Definitely put in the work, so we'll see what happens with that. All right, not a lot of Eagles news, but let's recap yesterday's question of the day. I asked you, are we too sensitive as Eagles fans? And man, the comments were hilarious on this, but 70% of you do agree that we're too sensitive. Some people in their comments were sensitive about the question, but a lot of people mentioned we call it more passion. Somebody said only when it's lazy journalism, which I agree with the lazy journalism. I talk about that all the time. Like, enough with it. We threw snowballs at Santa. We get it. It happened 60 or whatever years ago. Time to move on. But thank you, as always, for participating in the question of the day. Had a little bit of fun with that one. But I do think we're a little sensitive. We always say nobody likes us, we don't care. But in reality, we do care. But 75%, or 70% of you do think that we are too sensitive. All right, Flyers did not look good in their 4-1 loss to the Kraken yesterday. Couldn't get much going on the power play. John Tortorella said in his post-game press conference, we're trending in the wrong direction. They're now 6 points out of that final wild card spot with 18 games to play. So it doesn't look good. It's going to take some amazing play down the stretch, which the way they've been playing right now, I don't necessarily see that coming. Sixers are back in action tonight against the Jazz at the Wells Fargo Center. They're now 4 games back of the 10th seed, which is good. However, due to the Nets playing an extra game, they're half game back of that 6th spot. Still a lot of time left for them. Hopefully they come out and lose to the Jazz today at the Wells Fargo Center. And then the Philadelphia Union are red hot to start the season. They beat New England 2-0 yesterday, set atop of the Eastern Conference standings. So off to a good start for them. Hopefully this gives them some confidence and they can start making moves that way. But good day for them, not so good for the Flyers. Be sure to check out my friends over at the Clashing Conferences podcast. Lots of great things happening with their Sports Fan Network. Go to clashingconferences.com. Check out what all they have to offer and how you can get involved. And then, of course, go to Philly Goat. Lots of Philly Goat stuff at Baycare Ballpark yesterday. Saw lots of it. Got some compliments on my fans. You can get them. I was wearing the election shirt with the donkey, elephant, and the fanatic. But just a lot of Philly Goat stuff there. Complimented on the slides at the pool yesterday. So go check out what they have to offer and use that promo code Jim Montgomery to take 10% off your order. That's phillygoat.com. Promo code Jim Montgomery to take 10% off of your order. All right, today we're going to go back to 2013 and we're going to do back-to-back boxing today. But on this day in 2013, Bernard Hopkins took on Tavoris Cloud at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn. Cloud was undefeated 24-0 with 19 KOs. He was the ring and TBRB champion at the time, light heavyweight. Bernard Hopkins came in at 48 years old and 1 month, 52-6-2 record, 32 knockouts for Bernard Hopkins. And this fight was a typical Bernard Hopkins fight. Came in and just outmaneuvered, outpointed. Just great defense, timely offense for Bernard Hopkins. He controlled just the way that he could control. He opened up a cut over Cloud's eye in the 6th round, en route to the unanimous decision, becoming the oldest boxer to ever win a major world title, breaking his own record. And this still stands today. And I don't think anybody's ever going to do that. He was 48 years old in 1 month, fought an undefeated younger champion, and just dominated him en route to the unanimous decision. 48 years old and 1 month, Bernard Hopkins. And quite frankly, I think he might be the greatest Philly boxer ever, even better than Joe Frazier. There's been a lot, but it'll be a little bonus question here on a Sunday. Is Bernard Hopkins the greatest boxer in Philly history? I think I'm going to have to give him the nod there. But let me know your thoughts on that for all you boxing fans out there. But on this day in 2013, it was Bernard Hopkins beating Tavoris Cloud by unanimous decision to win the light heavyweight title and become the oldest to ever win a major title in boxing history, breaking his own record, and probably a record that will never be broken again. All right, and finally today, the Women's Big Five Hall of Fame spotlight is on Diana Caramico from Penn. She played there from 1997 to 2001. She's a Germantown Academy graduate where she played soccer, basketball, track and field, and water polo, of all things. She adds at Germantown Academy, she graduated with the most points in a game, their career leader in rebounds in a game. Then she went to Penn, where she was the 2-time captain for the Quakers, 4-time All-Ivy, Big Five Rookie of the Year, 3rd-team All-American at Penn, 3-time All-Ivy, and Big Five Player of the Year. So that's just how dominant she was. 3 times she was the Ivy Player of the Year and Big 5 Player of the Year during her 4 years at Penn. She led them to their first ever Ivy League title, and when she graduated, she was their all-time leading scorer as well as the all-time leading scorer in the Ivy and the Big 5. She's also the all-time rebounder and steals leader at Penn, so just a great career for Diana Caramico. She did go on to play some pro ball in France. She was the leading rebounder for the French Division II League for 2 years, and she was inducted into the Big 5 Hall of Fame in 2007. But Diana Caramico from Penn is today's Women's Big 5 Hall of Fame spotlight. One of the best to ever do it in the city. Obviously, one of the best to ever do it in the Ivy. So today, Diana, we salute you for your career. On this day in 2013, Bernard Hopkins beat Tavoris Cloud by unanimous decision to win the light heavyweight championship, becoming the oldest boxer any weight class to win a major title, breaking his own record. 48 years, 1 month, probably will never be broken again. Be sure to let me know, though, is he the greatest boxer ever? And then our official question of the day, will Taijuan Walker make the Phillies team this year? I think he has a good shot if he's willing to not be a starter. But let me know, 267-495-8531. That'll get you in. We'll have more on the Phillies, Sixers, Flyers, Union. And if there's any Eagles news, we'll have it on there. I apologize for the shorter podcast today, but there's really not a whole lot going on. We're kind of in that, and it's a shame because usually we'd have the Sixers kind of gearing up for a playoff spot, but there is absolutely nothing right now until free agency starts in about a week or so, and then we'll kind of see how the rest of the Eagles roster will take place. But it's kind of a dead time right now to be a Philadelphia sports fan. But this has been This Day in Philly Sports History for March 9th, 2025. My name is Jim Montgomery. Go have yourselves a Sunday, and until next time, I'll see you when I see you.